Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to the start of another weekly reading vlog. So it is currently Tuesday, September 12th when I'm starting this vlog, and I am in the middle of 2 books at the moment, which I am very happy with because I spent the last weekend trying to cut down all of the books on my currently reading shelf on Goodreads, because I keep doing this with books where I'll start a book and then I'll put it down for a while and it'll just sit on my currently reading for ages, when what I should really do is like soft DNF and put it away, put it maybe back on the want to read shelf and then come back to it, because I really want my currently reading shelf to just be books I am actually actively reading, and I'd really like to start finishing every book I start instead of all the little soft DNFs that I do here and there. But as I have said a million times, I am such a mood reader, so it really does depend on my mood whether I can continue with a book, especially if it's a book that I think I'm really going to enjoy but I'm just not in the right mood for it. Yeah, basically I'm starting off this vlog by thinking out loud. But in terms of what I am currently reading, I did start the audiobook for Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher last night. At the moment I am absolutely obsessed again with my diamond painting. You may have seen before, I have a diamond painting that is a photo of me and Jordan that his mum gave me for Christmas, and I am yet to finish it because I keep getting distracted by other things. But I am totally addicted again. I've been doing it over the last couple of nights, having the absolute time of my life, just listening to my audiobook and diamond painting away. But I am really trying to work through not only my September TBR but also my physical TBR. So when I'm choosing audiobooks at the minute, I'm trying to be mindful of that and try and pick up books that I do actually physically own or are on my TBR. So I picked up Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher because this one is on my September TBR and part of my physical TBR, so I feel like I'll be achieving a lot when I finish this one. But I am currently up to page 179 on this one. I did listen to quite a fair chunk of this last night and I am really enjoying this one so far. I was quite cautious going into this one because the synopsis is a little bit odd. In the Dreamland Billionaire series, we basically follow these 3 brothers. Each book is a different brother and each of the brothers has been given a task that they have to complete in order to get their inheritance from their recently passed grandfather. So in the first one we follow Rowan and Zara, and in the second one we follow Declan, whose task is to get married and have a baby, and once he does that he will earn his inheritance. So at the start of the book, his assistant Iris is trying so hard to try and find a wife for him, but they are being paid to do it, but they all keep quitting because Declan is just horrible to them. This book is the definition of grumpy sunshine and he is the definition of grumpy. Like, I find him so funny so far. But basically, at the start of the novel, the most recent fiance quits. So with the engagement party supposed to be happening literally within the next like hour or something, I think, Iris suddenly jumps in and says that she'll do it instead. So she finds herself in the middle of this fake dating marriage pact with her grumpy boss. And because they want to get married quickly and get through everything quickly so that he can get his inheritance, everything moves very fast. The forced proximity starts very fast and it's quite intense. So you don't really have a second to get bored with this one. There's always something changing and something going on, and I'm really enjoying my time with it. I love the dynamic between Declan and Iris. Like, Declan is so funny to me because he is so grumpy, but because it's dual POV, which I absolutely love in a romance novel, we do get hints of how he really feels and why he is the way he is in his perspective, and I am just falling in love with him. They've just gotten married, I think, at the point I'm at now, and I'm really interested to see how this one continues. So that one is going very well. I am also currently reading an ebook, so I think I mentioned this 2 vlogs ago. I started The Last Housewife by Ashley Winstead and I haven't actually read any more of that one since because I've just been prioritising other reads. But I am 16% of the way through that, so I haven't really gotten too far. I don't really know too much about it, to be honest. I just know that we're following Shay, who returns to the town that she went to college in because one of her best friends from college has just been found dead on the campus under very suspicious circumstances. So she comes back to sort of investigate this because it is being deemed a suicide, but both her and the host of a crime podcast that she listens to, who she happens to know from the past also, they both believe that it is not actually suicide. So they come to do their own investigation, and I believe there is a cult aspect to this. I think I've read there's a cult aspect to this that hasn't come up in the book yet, but I think I've read reviews and possibly a synopsis that said that there is some sort of cult-ish thing to this. At the minute we're going back and forth between the present day when she is going back to investigate this and the past when when she was at college and things got a little bit dark. I am really enjoying it so far, and I did read that 60% very fast, so I think once I sit down and start reading it again, I should fly through it. But those are my current reads. I may well pick up something else this week as well, because I am in such a reading mood at the minute. I seem to be just flying through my books. We're on the 12th of December and no, we're not. We're on the 12th of September and I have already read 6 books, which is pretty good going for me. So I'm hoping I can continue this little bit of reading mojo that I've got at the minute. Plan for tonight is to get myself set up here with my little desk and do my diamond painting while I listen to more of Terms and Conditions. I'm just fancying a nice sort of cozy, chilled evening, and hopefully I can make some more progress with this one. Where's my phone? I think I have about 3 hours left of this one. I have just bumped it up to 2.5 speed because I usually listen to audiobooks at 2 times speed, but because I've been listening to so many of them recently, 2 times is feeling too slow. So I bumped it up to 2.5, which at first felt too fast, but it very quickly became normal. So we'll see if I end up bumping it up again, but it does mean that I'm flying through this one. But before I go off and do that, I did just want to quickly mention that I did receive some book mail that I'm so excited about. So the lovely Christine sent me a couple of books. She sent me Addicted to You by Krista and Becca Ritchie, which I have been dying to read for so long. I've heard such good things about this series and I feel like it's one I'm really gonna love. I think in this one we follow Lily, who is a sex addict, and we follow Lauren, who is an alcoholic, and I think it's about them sort of working through their very toxic relationship while also trying to deal with their addictions and the ramifications of those. I've heard so many people say that the series is one of their favourites, so I'm so excited to get started with it. And Christine also sent me one that I had never heard of, but I am so intrigued by. It says on here it's called Dom and Becca, but I think the book is actually called Dirty Dom by Willow Winters. This is the discreet cover, and I'll put a picture on the screen of the actual cover because it's so funny to me that this is the same book. Like, I showed Jordan and he found it absolutely hilarious that this could be the same book, and just the fact that we have these like discreet covers like this is just so funny to me. But this one is, I believe, a very hot and steamy mafia romance, and I don't actually think I've read any mafia romances, but it's something I've been meaning to get into because you guys know I love my smutty dark romances, and I think a mafia romance is going to be perfect for me, so I'm really looking forward to reading this one. It does seem like quite a short one as well, so maybe one that I could read in like 1 or 2 sittings. Yeah, super excited to get to both of these, so thank you so much, Christine, for sending me these. I'm just so excited. I don't know how many times I've said that, but yes, thank you. So yeah, I am going to stop talking now because I've been rambling on for over 10 minutes, but I'm going to go ahead and get myself set up, start my diamond painting, and listen to some more of Terms and Conditions. Guys, happy Wednesday. So I am actually just on my lunch break, but I thought I would give you a little reading update because I did actually end up finishing Terms and Conditions last night. I was honestly just in my own little world, headphones on, listening to my audiobook, working away at my diamond painting, had a cheeky glass of wine, and I had the time of my life. It was honestly just the perfect, cozy, chilled evening, and I am so excited for many more cozy, chilled evenings to come now that we're finally getting into autumn. It's even a little bit chilly in the flat today. I might actually have to put a jumper on, and I'm very happy about that. But yeah, I think I'm going to give this one 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed this book. I think I actually enjoyed it a little bit more than The Fine Print, which was the first book in the series. Most of that is probably down to the fact that I am a sucker for grumpy sunshine, and Declan was just the perfect grumpy love interest. I absolutely loved his stern, gruff exterior. I found it absolutely hilarious the way that these two interacted with each other, but I also loved Declan's softer side and getting to know why he was the way he was. I just thought it was so well written. He was such a well-rounded character, and the way that their relationship develops in this is also amazing because one of them definitely falls harder first, and I love when that happens, and I love seeing how they try at first to deny it and then to try and like prove themselves. I also love this series because we always get an epilogue, or so far I'm assuming we'll get the same in the final author, which is the third book, but we get an epilogue which is like a few months later, and then an extended epilogue which is a few years later, so that you get an insight into what their lives are like after the happy ending, which is something you don't usually get to see, so I love that addition to these novels. I will definitely be finishing off the series at some point. I do own the final offer, so I will hopefully be picking that up in not too far into the future, and fingers crossed I'll enjoy that one just as much as I enjoyed the first two. I haven't read any more of The Last Housewife at the moment, but I think I want to pick up something else just now. I'm really feeling a fantasy, and I'm also feeling physically reading tonight. Again, I've got a nice cozy evening ahead of me, so I'm thinking I'm just going to get like cozied up in my reading chair and start a new fantasy. I do have a couple on my TBR for this month, which is sitting just here. I think I might end up picking up King of Battle and Blood by Scarlett St. Clair. I also have Legends and Lattice by Travis Baldry, which I am intrigued by. This one wasn't actually on my TBR picked for me by The Wheel of Names, but it is going to be a buddy read for me with two of my besties. I'm kind of tossing up between these two at the moment. I'm not entirely sure which one I'm going to pick up, but I'll just see how I feel after work, I think. See whether I'm feeling a nice cozy fantasy or if I'm feeling more of a fantasy romance. I have heard amazing things about both those books, so I think it's going to be hard to choose, but I'm just going to see what mood I'm in when I finish work and once I've had my dinner. But right now I am just going to enjoy the rest of my lunch break, and I will give you another update once I have read something. Hi guys, happy Thursday. So the last time we spoke I totally lied to you, not intentionally, but I did not end up doing any reading at all last night. My body is not for life over the last 24 hours or so. We are flaring up again. I am in a lot of pain. So last night, instead of reading, Georgia and I just, oh my goodness, why are you trying so hard? There is a wasp literally throwing itself at the window right now trying to get in here. There's glass there, you can't get in. Okay, goodbye. It's gone now. Last night Georgia and I decided just to have like a cozy Switch games night and just like totally chill out, which was lovely, very much needed. Today the pain is real and I am very foggy. Stringing sentences together is difficult at the moment, but I am hoping to do some sort of reading today later on. I'm thinking tonight I will cozy up in bed, light a candle, maybe take a bath, and I think I'm going to start Legends and Lattice by Travis Baldry because I feel like a cozy, easy fantasy is exactly what I'm needing right now. When I'm like sore and foggy like this, there is a very fine line between me finding comfort in reading and me not being able to take in any words at all. So hopefully tonight it will be the former and I can actually just cozy up and enjoy this book. I feel like it would be perfect, and I also feel like it's the perfect sort of introduction into autumn, which is finally here. And this one just sounds super cute. According to the blurb, it says, after decades of adventuring, Viv the Orc Barbarian is finally hanging up her sword for good. Now she sets her sights on a new dream, for she plans to open the first coffee shop in the city of Thun, even though no one there knows what coffee actually is. If Viv wants to put the past behind her, she can't go it alone. Help might arrive from unexpected quarters, yet rivals old and new stand in the way of success, and Thun's shady underbelly could make it all too easy for Viv to take up the blade once more. But the true reward of the uncharted path is the travellers you meet along the way. Whether bound by ancient magic, delicious pastries, or a freshly brewed cup, they may become something deeper than Viv could ever have imagined. Legend and Lattice is a cosy, heartwarming story of found family, fresh starts, and the perfect cup of coffee. This sounds like exactly what I need right now. It just seems like exactly what Genevieve Gorn checked Genevieve Gornichik. Someone has blurbed this on the back saying, a wholesome cozy novel that feels like a warm hug. This is my new comfort read. That is exactly what I am craving right now. So I think I will be picking this one up tonight, brain being all well, and hopefully I can just sort of like get lost in it. You know when you just want someone to just escape from reality for a little bit? That is what I'm hoping for from this. But right now, all we're going to try and do today is just sort of manage this little flare up, and hopefully it won't last too long. Whenever I get like fatigue flare-ups like this, I always get really bad joint pain. So I've been lathering on the ibuprofen gel, and I'm thinking I'm going to try out this little contraption that I just ordered recently. So when my joints are sore like this, one of the worst ones is my feet. Like the knuckles of my toes and like my ankles get really, really achy and sore. And I have found that ibuprofen gel and heat seem to be the best combo for my pain. So I had ordered off of Vinted someone was selling these microwavable like booty slippers, which I thought would have been perfect to just like snuggle up my sore feet. But she messaged me like a week after I ordered them saying that she'd moved house and she could no longer locate the slippers. So I'm not getting those anymore. But I was talking to Christy about it, and she told me about this, which is a hot water bottle with like little slots to put your feet in. Is that not just the best thing you've ever seen? I feel like as well it's probably going to be better than the slippers, because a hot water bottle I feel like will stay hot for longer than the microwavable slippers would have done. So this could be like my new favourite thing. So I think I'm going to try out this thing today and see if it helps my feet at all. And hopefully that'll help me get through the day. I might have a little nap after work and then, yeah, just cuddle up and start this book. I forgot to mention, I don't think I properly explained before, myself, Christy and Maddie have decided to start our own little book club. Not for YouTube or anything like that, like just for us. Just a little book club between friends. And we're going to have a monthly book that we read together and just vibe together about. So we decided that for September, for our first pick, we would choose Legends and Lattice, for the reasons I said earlier, because it'd be a nice cozy introduction to autumn. So yeah, I am buddy reading this as part of my little bestie book club with Maddie and Christy, and I'm really looking forward to it. High fantasy, low stakes, good company. That sounds phenomenal right now. And also, can we just appreciate for a second how stunning this Fairy Loot edition is? Honestly, I'm absolutely obsessed. So yeah, that is the plan for today. Fingers crossed that will come to fruition, but I'll let you know. Friday. Please excuse my general appearance. I am just back from a very rainy walk. I'm also using my ring light for the first time in months because it is rather dark and gloomy, which on the one hand I am so happy about because I'm so happy that we are getting into autumn. I love autumn so much. But on the other hand, I'm slightly unhappy because I do love to film in natural light, and that's probably not going to be possible for the next few months if we want it to look at all pleasing to the eye. So yeah, get ready to see the ring light getting cracked out a lot more. It is currently 20 to 8 and I do have some reading updates for you guys. So I did end up starting Legends and Lattice last night. I literally spent the whole evening in bed. I had a nap after work, and then got myself cozy, lit a candle and started reading this like I had hoped to do. And so far I'm really enjoying this one. I'm up to page 101, so I've read the first 100 pages of this. I think it's less than 300 pages. It's quite a short one and it is so perfect for the current weather. Like, I feel like this is the perfect book to read on a gloomy, rainy day with candles burning, a cup of tea or a hot chocolate, whatever your hot beverage of choice is. Most likely a coffee. I mean, a coffee would make the most sense with this. But whatever you're feeling, I think this is possibly the lowest stakes in a fantasy I've ever read. I tend to read fantasies, or to be honest, I tend to read books in general that are more like exciting, have quite a fast-paced plot. This one is definitely not that, so I feel like I had to come to terms with that at first. I was kind of thinking, is this boring? But that's not what this book is about. It's all about the vibes, and the vibes are immaculate. We are following Viv, who is an orc who has been, I think, working as like a bounty hunter with a group of other creatures of different kinds. And when she went to a certain city, she found coffee shops, and these are like nowhere else. No one knows what coffee is, but she fell in love with coffee instantly and decided that she wanted to bring a coffee shop somewhere else. So she is now stopped in Thun, this city. It's the first time she has ever put down roots. She buys this old like stables, and with the help of this little guy whose name I forget, but I love him, Cal. With the help of Cal, they turn these stables into a coffee shop. And then she hires an assistant who comes in the form of a succubus named Tandri. And when they open the coffee shop, it's quite a disaster at first because no one knows what coffee is. No one has any sort of inkling to even go in and see what this weird shop is that is suddenly opened in this city. But then Tandri has like such good like marketing, PR skills, and she helps Viv to sort of start building it. At this point, it's starting to build up. They're starting to get more repeat customers. People are starting to fall in love with coffee, and it's just such a cozy time. Even reading about Viv training Tandri in how to make a latte, or like telling people what a latte is. Honestly, I love it. It's just so endearing and so easy to read. Like, it's just relaxing to read. Like, there are some things going on here. There are a couple of like possible bad guys coming around. There's a sort of like gangster type people who are saying that Viv needs to pay them a certain amount of money by the end of the month or bad things will happen. So they sort of like they go around getting like a stipend from all businesses. She also has this stone that I think is supposed to bring good fortune, but she's very sort of afraid of anyone discovering that stone, so I feel like there's more to come with that. But all of the like possible bad things that are going to happen, they just don't feel like they're going to be that bad, and you just get good happy ending vibes from this book. So yeah, thoroughly enjoying it so far. I then watched a couple episodes of Criminal Minds before I went to sleep, which I'm obsessed with again. I think the last time I tried to watch Criminal Minds, I maybe got to like season 4, I want to say. I'm currently at the start of season 2, so I've got a little bit to go before I catch up to where I was before, and then I would really love to actually catch up fully. But yeah, I just love that series so much. This is why I need to read The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, because that has been pitched as like YA Criminal Minds, which could not be more up my street. I'm still trying to decide who my favourite character is though. If you guys watch Criminal Minds, comment down below who your favourite character is, because I'm so conflicted. Like, I feel like it should be Reed, because I just love him so much. I just love everything about him. He is just so cute and funny, and there's something weirdly hot about him as well, and I'm pretty sure he only gets hotter as the seasons go on. But then Derek is just like, he has just got charisma, and the way that him and Garcia have that flirty banter is honestly one of my favourite parts of the whole show. But then we've also got Hotch, who just cares so much about his little team of people, and he just looks after everyone, and yeah. The only character that I just really do not care for at all is Elle, who I just feel like she brings absolutely nothing to the show. Like, I could just take her or leave her. She just doesn't add anything to the vibes for me at all. But yeah, if you watch it, comment down below who your favourite character is and why. I want to know, I'm intrigued. Today I have been working, and then Georgia and I made a nice dinner for Friday night, and then I decided to go for a walk. And you may ask why I decided to do that for the first time in weeks when it is raining, but I know that I need to get out more and I need to exercise more. I know both of those things have not been helping my mental or physical health recently, so I need to get those endorphins pumping again. And honestly, A walk in the rain was exactly what I needed. I feel great right now. I probably feel the best I've felt all week, and this is exactly what I needed. I am telling you this right now to hold myself accountable. Editing me is going to see this and know that she needs to go for a walk, because it'll just change your life. Yeah, I really want to get back to my hot girl walks. I mean, they're perfect for listening to audiobooks for one thing, and I just know I feel so much better when I do go for like a daily walk or do some sort of exercise and get outside. It's so easy when you work from home to just spend all your time inside, and it's just not good for the mind at all, or the body. So yeah, trying to get back into that daily habit. But on my walk today, I did start a new audiobook, which is Never Lie by Frida Mcfadden. I recently, I think last month, I read The Housemaid by Frida Mcfadden. It was the first book I'd read of hers and I loved it. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars, one of the best thrillers I have read in ages, with such a good twist, like such a shocking twist. And you guys know I love a good twist. So I'm hoping that her other novels are going to bring me just as much joy. So I started Never Lie because it sounded really intriguing, and how far did I get through it? I went on like a 45-minute walk, which I'm quite happy with considering I haven't been on a walk in weeks. I listened to 20% of Never Lie, and in this one we've got 2 perspectives. So we've got Trisha, who is a newlywed with her husband Ethan, and they are going one night to view this big mansion that they could possibly buy. But on the night that they're going there, there's like this massive blizzard, and when they get there, they can't get their car to move, so they're stuck like on this little road going up to the mansion, and then they walk up to it, and when they get there, there's one house on. There's one house on. Yeah, India, there's one house. There's one light on the 2nd floor, and that's it. And there doesn't seem to be anyone there. The person that is supposed to come and help them view it is not there. They don't have any phone signal, so they can't contact her to see if she is coming, and they can't go anywhere because the car is stuck. So they look around and they find a spare key and decide to go into this house. Major red flag for me. No. Absolutely not. So they go in, and there are a few signs around this house that possibly someone has been here recently, but then at the same time the place is covered in dust. It's all very eerie, it's all very creepy, but it turns out that this house was owned by Dr. Adrian Hale, who was this quite renowned psychiatrist who 4 years ago just went missing. Just vanished without a trace. Nobody knows what happened to her. She had just brought out a book at the time, and the book became like a bestseller because she had just gone missing. And when Trisha is in this house, she's like having a little look around. She finds this hidden like passage behind a bookcase, one of those ones where she's like looking for a book, she tries to pull it off, and what do you know? It's a secret passage. So she goes behind it, and inside this little area, she finds tons and tons of cassette tapes, and they're all recordings of Dr. Adrian Hale's sessions with her patients. And there's tons with the initials PL, and PL are the initials of the patient from her book. So Trisha grabs one of the tapes, runs back upstairs and shuts the door, and I don't know if she's going to tell her fiance that she has found this. I'm yet to see. Obviously she's going to start listening to these tapes, and I'm assuming there's going to be some like twisted stuff on there. And then we also have another perspective. It keeps going like each chapter is before and present day. In the before, we have the perspective of Dr. Adrian Hale before she went missing, and we're finding out what sort of a person she is. Not a very nice one, it seems so far, quite an arrogant one. And I'm assuming we're going to maybe see her sessions with this PL. I don't know at the moment. At the minute, we're just getting a feel for like who she is. But yeah, you could definitely say I am very intrigued. I cannot wait to find out what is on those tapes. I'm listening to this one at 2 times speeds, and I've got 2 hours and 56 minutes left, so love you. I could potentially finish that one this weekend as well. We shall see. But yeah, very much enjoying it. I really like Frida Mcfadden's writing. I just find it so captivating, like so engaging. I know I've only read one book and this one by her so far, but in both cases I've just been sort of on the edge of my seat while I read and just wanting to know more, and I love that feeling in a thriller. So yeah, both of my current reads are great. I haven't read any more of The Last Housewife by Ashley Winstead yet. That seems to have gone on the back burner a bit, but you never know, I may end up picking up again over the course of this weekend. Like I said, it is currently 5 to 8, so I think I am going to do some reading. I don't think I'll be doing any reading tomorrow because Jordan and I are actually going through to Edinburgh. We've got a little double date with my best friend from home and her boyfriend. We're going to go get some lunch, have some drinks, so yeah, there probably won't be any reading getting done tomorrow, so I'd love to get a good chunk done tonight and then also on Sunday, although Sunday I also need to film a video and edit a video and hopefully get that video up for you guys as well, because the routine is just all out of whack, but we're getting there, we're getting there. So yeah, right now I think I'm gonna read some more of Legends and Lattice. Am I? I don't know if I am. I'm really enjoying that audiobook now. I really want this sort of like high stakes, on the edge of my seat feeling. I was really enjoying that, so maybe I'll get everything set up and do some more diamond painting and listen to my audiobook. That could be a shout. I don't know why I always insist on thinking out loud. Let me go make a decision and I'll tell you about it later.